off of the first inning for the Mustangs, the right fielder number 24, Jacob Sally.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Last game of the day and last game of this South Walton Showdown. And we ended where we kind of began it from a streaming perspective. Bishop Verot was in the opening game. I think Houston was in game number 2. And here they are in the 11th game of our coverage. Jacob Sally starting it off for Houston. And by the way, if you hear the howl of winds, you might think it's windy. Well, you might be right. It is extremely windy at Santa Rosa Beach. There is the strikeout of Sally. And one away with Ryan Mitchell next.
Next up to bat for the Mustangs is the shortstop, number 1, Ryan Mitchell.
There is some nasty weather moving in. Hopefully it waits until we get the game finished. But it has been extremely windy. Jacob Sally leading it off for Houston. They are the visitors. Ryan Mitchell, the 2-hitter. Colin Bland batting 3rd. Cannon Day 4th. Xander Pettis is the 5 guy. Ryan Ogburn batting 6th. Owen Wagner in the 7-hole as that is floated towards center field, and coming in to make the catch, Grayson Carpenter.
Next up to bat, the left fielder, number 3, Colin Bland.
Maddock McCarter batting 8th, and Grayson Yeomans is the 9 guy. For Bishop Verot, Tyler Reeder on the hill. Carter Chalder behind the plate. First baseman Joey Lawson at 2nd. Anthony Rittler. Shortstop Owen Rarden, and Braylon Sheffield at 3rd. Nico Ayers in left. The center fielder Grayson Carpenter. And in right field, you've got Brody Baxman. Two gone and a 1-1 count on Bland. And I've mentioned it all day long. Nothing in the air is routine. That's in the air. And it's not routine. Let's see if somebody can get to it. Nope, it will drop between the screen and the press box. One ball, couple of strikes on Bland. And that one will hit on top of the batting cage and head over into the swamp. Driven to second. Over the field is Rittler. Goes to first. Bland grounding into the 4-3. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. Bottom of the inning coming up.
First inning.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Reminder, the concession stand remains open. Hamburgers, hot dogs, Pepsi products, and bottled water now available while supplies last in the concession stand. Leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Vikings, the center fielder number 2, Grayson Carpenter.
Bottom of the first, Grayson Carpenter starts it. Braylon Sheffield is the 2-hitter. Joey Lawson hitting third. Owen Rarden is the 4-hitter. Brody Baxman hits 5th. Carter Schallner in the 6th spot. Nico Ayers hits 7th. Jake Sedmack 8th. And Anthony Rittler is the 9 guy. Isaiah Ludlow on the hill for Houston. Behind the plate is Grayson Yeomans, first baseman Ryan Ogburn. Xander Pettis at second, shortstop Ryan Mitchell, third baseman Cannon Day. Little check swing sent foul. Colin Bland in left, center fielder Owen Wagner. Jacob Sally is in right. One ball, one strike. Carpenter awaits. Here's the Ludlow pitch. And it'll get the outside part of the plate. "71 degrees at Santa Rosa Beach, but because of the wind, feels like 65. Got a wind advisory in effect until about 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Currently winds out of the south-southeast at 23, gusting to 41. 11-mile visibility, 83% humidity. Rain tonight. We're 2 degrees above normal. 6:53 sunset and a 98% illuminated moon. And that nasty stuff this morning that was stretching from Houston to Indianapolis, and then for game number 2 was from like New Orleans to Nashville. It's now in Mobile. Ground towards third. Fielded there by Day, goes to first, and Carpenter out number 1.
Now to bat, the third baseman, number 15, Braylon Sheffield.
So it is stretching from Mobile northward, kind of northeastward. And according to our forecast, about 8 p.m. is when it gets here. If we're still playing baseball at 8 p.m., then we are in about the 18th or 19th inning. Not saying we couldn't go 18 or 19, but I am asking that we not. 0-1 pitch to Sheffield. Got the inside part of the plate, 0-2. Well, you know, anytime you do a game, you're going to get a personal high. The most I have ever called personally is 13 innings. There's a swing and miss by Sheffield. So I am not longing for a 14-inning game.
The first baseman, number 12, Joey Lawson.
I'm cool with 7. Joey Lawson to the plate. Lawson, the hero in that first Bishop Verot game we carried against Providence. Grounds this one to short. Mitchell's got it, pumps once, fires into the dirt, but Ogburn picks it up, and Lawson will ground out. We'll go to the second in a scoreless game.
We played one complete inning of baseball ahead of the
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off the top of the second inning for the Mustangs, the third baseman, number 8, Kenan Day.
Top of the second, Canada starts it. Xander Pettis and Ryan Ogburn coming to the plate as well. Scoreless first inning. The break board indicated not much happened. 3 up, 3 down in the top and bottom part of the innings, and that's kind of been these ball games. A little bit outside with a pitch today. Xander Pettis moving to the on-deck circle. 1-1 offering into the dirt, 2-1. Talking about long innings, got a friend who is now in his 80s, but used to call Grapefruit League baseball, tells me that he called a 33-inning game. I need to look that up. See when that was, back in the 60s. Two pitch to Kenan Day. Low and away, and the count runs full. By the way, also got basketball underway as we speak. The GCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Men's Basketball Championship. As Day will strike out.
Now to bat, the second baseman, number 14,
East Georgia State and South Georgia State battling for the right to go to the Nationals. Now, we don't want you leaving this game to watch that one, but got another device. Feel free to bring that one in and watch both. Over towards the soccer field and out of play. A little bit inside with the offering to Pettis. Ryan Ogburn to the on-deck circle. Bottom of the second, it'll be Rarnan, Maxman, and Chalder all due up. just a little bit outside Pettis, 3-1. Baseball tomorrow has been moved to Monday, the Southern Union Coastal Alabama South matchup. There's your first base runner, Pettis on.
First baseman at number 12, Ryan Ogburn.
One away and one aboard. Ryan Ogburn to the plate. Owen Wagner to the on-deck circle. Couple of glances over the shoulder. Reader to the base runner at first, Pettis. Fouled away by Ogburn. That game, though, by the way, the Southern Union Coastal South game moved to Monday. That was originally a Saturday game. Then it got moved to Sunday, now Monday. And earlier in the day I was saying, well, they probably should have played it today, but that's in Bay Minette. Bay Minette may be getting wet in less than an hour. One pitch on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. And two, thoughts and prayers to those who have lost their lives in these tornadoes generated by this storm that is now headed our way. I think 18 was the last I had heard. Count even at 2. Ogburn with a base runner at first. Three balls, couple of strikes, one aboard, one away. Last game of 11 that we have streamed. 19 teams here. Over the course of about a week, fouled away. Pettis was on his way to second. But he will make the U-turn, go back to the bag at first. Another payoff pitch. Ogburn awaits. That's fouled away too. Well, Pettis getting his wind sprints in. Back to first. And another payoff pitch coming to Ogburn. Owen Wagner on deck. Reader. Again, the look to Pettis. Now the throw over. Payoff pitch number 3. Another one fouled away. And again, Pettis sprinting towards second. Here comes payoff pitch number 4 to Ryan Ogburn. That has a possibility of 2. The 4, the 6, the 3. One walk, but a double play takes care of that. Minimum faced in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the inning. Rarden, Baxman, and Chalner coming up.
Yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance. It's our T-song. All black, everything. Black cars, all black, everything. And I draw the blackbirds. Riding with their diligence. I can't go and tap if you boys really rhythm them. This is not familiar. I'll explain later. But for now, let me get back to this paper. I'm a couple bands down and I'm trying to get back. I gave Doug a grip. I lost a flip of 5 stacks. Yeah, I'm talking 5,6 zeros. Got zeros. Here's back to running circles round. Now we sweat up. Hold up.
Life's a game, but it's not fair. I break the rules, so I don't care. I keep doing my own thing. Walking tall against the rain. Victories within the mouth. Almost there, don't give a child. Only thing that's on my mind is who will run this town tonight.
Hitting on the bottom of the second inning for the Vikings, the shortstop, number 3, Owen Rardin.
First pitch, bottom of the second, Owen Rardin sending it foul and out of play. Brody Baxman and Carter Schallner due up in the inning, too. Good to have our center field look back. Didn't have the pitcher to hitter look in the game prior. Had some competing wireless signals and Mother Nature blowing around that turtle out in center field. Rearranged the stand that had the camera. By the way, the folks that went out and readjusted did an exceptional job. Right where it needed to be. You know, we need some roadies on JockJive. Maybe some folks that could put cameras where they ought to be. Two and one on Rardin. Here's the Ludlow pitch, and the count evens up. Two balls, two strikes, leadoff hitter, bottom of the second. Top of the third for Houston has the lower third of the order coming to the plate, and out will go Rardin. Second Ludlow strikeout of the game.
Right fielder number 33, Brody Baxman.
One away from Brody Baxman. Carter Schallner to the on-deck circle. Taking a look at what's going on elsewhere. No NBA until 5 o'clock tonight when the Celtics and Nets meet, and then a full slate of games. Men's college basketball, a couple of finals. Tennessee has beaten Auburn 70-65, an upset in the SEC semifinals. In the Big Ten, Wisconsin knocking off Michigan State. That's another upset. In the American Athletic Conference, Memphis with a 39-32 lead over Tulane. Second half just underway. 6 minutes to play in the first half. In the Big Ten, Maryland and Michigan tied at 25. And there's 8 minutes to go in the first half in the SEC. And Alabama leads Florida by 1, 35-34. Check swing on the 0-2. Paxman sending it against the screen. Nothing in 2 on Paxman. Ludlow's offering. Ground to Mitchell in short. Kind of a slow roller. Mitchell, though, not able to get into first in time. And Paxman on.
The catcher, number 10, Carter Chowder.
Well, what did our baseball mind score that as? Is that an E6 or a hit? E6. Charge to Mitchell. And a base runner at first for Carter Schallner. Well, Houston got a base runner with 1 away in the top part of the inning. And now Bishop Verot with a base runner aboard with 1 away in the bottom part. Nico Ayers on deck. A little bit outside with a pitch. Thinking about a throw to first was Yeomans. Decides not to. Count even at 1. Got a ball, a strike, and an out, and a runner. 1 and 2 on Chalner. One ball, couple of strikes. That is ground in the direction of third. Day's got it, and he will throw it a little bit low. Not able to adjust to the throw was Ogburn, and you got back-to-back errors that have a couple of runners on.
Left fielder, number 7, Nico Ayers.
So a couple of runners on in scoring position after 2 defensive miscues. Bishop Verot sending Cameron Barrios to second to run for Schallner.
Courtesy runner number 11, Cameron Barrios at second.
Nico Ayers to the plate, got a couple of base runners in scoring position. Bishop Verot at the bottom of the second, trying to take the lead. And thus far have benefited from Houston mistakes. Jake Sedmack to the on-deck circle. Punt laid down towards first, but foul. Trying to squeeze in the runner. Nico Ayers back to the plate. Just a nudge of the plate. That one caught on Ayers, and the count goes to 1 and 2. Don't want to shortchange the ladies, by the way. Their college basketball tournaments in progress. The ASUN title goes to Florida Gulf Coast, beating Central Arkansas 68-51. Mitchell getting the out at first on the 6-3, but a run's in.
For the Vikings.
And Ayers picks up the RBI.
Designated hitter number 20, Jake
Barrios
Sedmack.
goes to third. 2 outs for Jake Sedmak. CAA title, well, that's actually the semifinal. William and Mary over Drexel, 76-54. In the MAAC championship, Fairfield 76. With MPAC 53. MAC title game, Ball State beats Toledo 65-58. In the WAC tournament, UT Arlington a 26-25 lead over Grand Canyon at the half. And in the MVC tourney, 8 seconds to play, Murray State 95, Drake 90. High toss goes to the screen. Thinking about home was Barrios, but he'll put on the brakes and go back to third. One ball, one strike. Sedmak with a run in, a runner on, and 2 gone. Delivered a little bit inside on Sedmak. Two-one Ludlow delivery. And it is 3-1. Make that a 3-2 count. 3 balls, couple of strikes. Sedmak with the payoff pitch coming. Here is the payoff. That is knocked down at second by Pettis, but it'll be a base hit for Sedmak that drives in Shalner.
Now to bat, second baseman at number 1, Anthony.
RBI single. And Bishop Verot now with the 2-zip lead. Anthony Rittler to the plate. Grayson Carpenter, the leadoff hitter, moving to the on-deck circle. Out of the strike zone with the opening pitch to Rittler. That got the inside part, and the count evens up at 1. Hey, don't forget, I don't have many more opportunities to provide you. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, trying to grow the numbers, want you to be a part of a huge subscription. Doesn't cost you a penny to subscribe, nor a penny to stay subscribed. But you get access to all kinds of games, and interviews, shows, you name it. Wagner, McCarter, and Yeomans in the top of the 3rd. Ludlow trying to put the finishing touches on the bottom of the 2nd. Rittler trying to continue it to the Carpenter at bat. Popped up. Coming over from first is Ogburn. He'll make the catch. One runner stranded, 2 runners in off a couple of errors and a base hit. We go to the 3rd. It is Bishop Verot 2, Houston nothing.
of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
The center fielder, number 9, Owen Wagner.
Top of the third, Owen Wagner starts in. Maddox McCarter and Grayson Yeomans, 7, 8, and 9 in the Houston order, coming to the plate. Two runs played. Both runners that got on because of infield errors are the two runners that came in for Bishop Verot. Maxman reached underneath 6. Driven in by Ayers, 6-3. Chalner got on an E5, brought in by Sedmak single. Strike delivered to Wagner. Count evens at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. A little bit outside with the pitch. Three-two payoff. Tyler Reeder set to deal. Wagner awaits. It's outside. He's given a walk. And for the first time for Houston, leadoff is on. And as a matter of fact, that's the first time in the game leadoff has gotten aboard.
Designated hitter, number 16, Maddox McCarter.
Maddox McCarter to the plate, the DH with a base runner on. He represents the tying run in the top of the third. Grayson Yeomans on deck. First pitch missing low. Inside with a pitch. And a couple of pitches outside of the strike zone after the walk to Wagner. And now a 2-0 to McCarter. Wagner with his lead at first. Reeder delivering into the strike zone after the look. Over to first to Wagner. Runs the count to 2-1. Off and running is Wagner. That is sent foul. Santa Rosa Beach stuck between a couple of rather large bodies of water. Choctahatchee Bay and the Gulf. Struck out is McCarter for out number 1. And Reeder's had one of those in inning.
Number 5, Grayson Yeomans.
And each of the K's have been the first out in the inning. Reeder struck out Sally, out 1 in the first. Day out 2 in the second. Make that out 1 in the second. And now McCarter out 1 in the third. Grayson Yeomans will step in. Floats this one towards left field. Nico Ayers didn't have to move much.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs. Now to bat the right fielder, number 24, Jacob Sally.
2 gone. We're back to the top of the order. Jacob Sally to the plate. Sally struck out in the first. Top of the order to the plate in the bottom of the third for Bishop Verot. Ground towards short. And all that's needed is a step or two to the bag. Rarden taking care of Sally. One is stranded, nobody scores. We go to the bottom of the third with the Vikings up by 2.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Vikings. Leading off the bottom of the third inning, the center fielder, number 2, Grayson Carpenter.
Top of the order, starting off the bottom of the third, Grayson Carpenter. Followed by Braylon Sheffield and Joey Lawson. We are back to what we had Thursday, noticeably cloudy here in Santa Rosa Beach, but the forecast still saying rain around 8. So we, if that's accurate, are still about 4 hours away from the rainfall. And if this game goes 7, we are about an hour 15-ish from wrapping it up. 2-1 on Carpenter, who grounded into the 5-3 in the first. Braylon Sheffield on deck. 2-1, Ludlow pitch, fouled away. That's into an area where I bet there are a ton of baseballs. As a matter of fact, you can look from the walk path to that kind of murky area and see baseballs. 2-2 pitch to Grayson Carpenter. He'll pop it up right side, and Jacob Sally will make the catch.
The third baseman, number 15, Braylon Sheffield.
One out for Braylon Sheffield. Sheffield has struck out. 0 for 1 in the game. He is one of 2 Ludlow Ks. The other was Owen Rarden. Bishop Verot still has not put leadoff on. Inside with a pitch to Sheffield. On the inside part of the plate to Sheffield. Count evens up, 1 apiece. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on, bottom of the third. 4th inning for Houston features Mitchell, Bland, and Day. As that pitch will get inside on Sheffield. Big thank you to all the folks here at South Walton. You talk about hospitable. Good to be back for a second year, and I guess every year, of the showdown thus far. Little high and inside. Well, now the question becomes, how do you top 25 in 26? 3-1 pitch. Too far inside, and Sheffield given a walk.
First baseman, number 12, Joey Lawson.
Joey Lawson to the plate with 1 on, 1 away. Owen Rarden to the on-deck circle. At Santa Rosa Beach, home to the Seahawks. Sign out front says the school opened in 2002. 23 years ago. I could have sworn no more than 5, maybe 6. I think that's an age thing. But better than a couple of decades now of South Walton High School. Outside with a pitch down to first. Sheffield back safely. Even count at 1. Got a left-hander on the hill. So not as apt to take off and not as apt to get a big lead over at first as Sheffield. Two-one pitch. Down to first with the throw, and Sheffield able to get back. Thus far, it has been a one-hit game. Jake Sedmack's got the only base hit of the game. Time asked for by Lawson. Brief step out, now back in. That is popped up. Ogburn thinks he's got a chance. He does. Basket catch made by Ogburn. Everything hit that high into the air is difficult.
Ogburn
able to basket catch it.
Owen Rarden.
2 outs for Owen Rarden. Rarden struck out in the second, back to the plate in the third. Brody Baxman to the on-deck circle. That is thrown away, and it will get Sheffield at least a second, maybe more. Picked up by Sally, but on his way to third. Sheffield, and then thrown away at third, and Sheffield will score.
The error on the play scores the run for the Vikings.
Errors have been the contributors. 3 runs have plated for the Vikings, and every one of them on a defensive miscue. A 3-0 Vikings lead. And out to talk to his pitcher is Grayson Yeomans. I guess that hit the face mask of Yeomans. That's what made that clicking sound. Count goes to 1-0. Brody Baxman on deck. On the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 gone, 1 in. Top of the order in the top of the 4th. That is shot towards Sally in right field, and then it'll hop over Sally's mitt. On his way to second, and now third is Rarden. He will be there easily. And Bishop Verot with a Viking 90 feet away. Just misplayed out in right field. And Rarden will wind up coming to third.
The right fielder, number 33, Brody Baxman.
Coach coming out to have a conversation with Ludlow after giving up the triple to Rarden. Brody Baxman coming to the plate. Well, now we got the clouds, the overcast to go with the wind. But as I mentioned, if we can just hold off on the wet stuff. Until we get about 4 more innings in. Brody Baxman reached on an error, came in and scored a run. As I mentioned, every run has been influenced by an error. Baxman's, Chalmers, and Sheffield's. Into the dirt outside. 1-0 pitch. That is one hop to second, fielded by Pettis. Gets it to first. Paxman grounds into the 4-3. Vikings add another run as we head to the fourth.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Out the bat, the shortstop, number 1, Ryan Mitchell.
Top of the fourth, Ryan Mitchell starts in. Colin Bland and Cannon Day. 2 up in the inning, 2. Bishop Verot with a run in the bottom of the third to build the lead to 3. Couple of pitches into the zone to Mitchell. Here's the Tyler Reeder 0-2. That is slowly ground to short and then bobbled. And on will be Mitchell. So that is going to be scored as a hit. We all looked at one another going, well, you know, why can't we have clear cut one way or the other? Just bona fide flat out errors. That's kind of an in-betweener. But it'll be a Mitchell base hit. Colin Bland coming to the plate, ground into the 4-3. He was the last out in the first inning. Second inning in a row. Houston has put leadoff on. Got a leadoff walk to Owen Wagner, an inning back. Now a base hit for Ryan Mitchell in the fourth. Off and running Mitchell, and he is safely into second. Stolen base in scoring position. Poised to get rid of the goose egg for Houston in the top of the fourth. Planned ground into a 4-3 is the last out in the first inning. On the inside part of the plate, count evens up 1 each. Chalder, Ayers, Sedmack in the Bishop Verot fourth. Low and away to Colin Bland. I haven't mentioned, maybe not at all, but you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. I know it's not Twitter anymore, but you still got to put Twitter in the address bar. I was forever tainted when the wife said, you know, the X looks like the mark that was on Charles Manson's forehead. So it's been hard for me to make the transition. That is high into the air behind the back and able to make the catch from short is Rarden, and out goes Bland.
Third baseman number 8, Cannon Day.
One away for Cannon Day. Day struck out in the second. Mitchell able to get back safely at second. Outside of the strike zone today, Xander Pettis next. Next week, a ton of sports here. Southern Union, Coastal South, softball and baseball on Monday. Tuesday, College of Lake County and Coastal South softball, LBW Coastal North softball, USC Salkehatchie, Georgia Military College softball, and Delgado and Coastal South baseball. Wednesday, a couple of Bayside Academy baseball games. One against Tushka, Oklahoma, the other against Good Pasture, Tennessee. Thursday, Chad Valley, Coastal North, Northwest Shoals, and Coastal South softball, Central Alabama, and LBW baseball. And then a week from today, Northwest Shoals, Coastal South baseball, Philander Smith, Southeastern Baptist College baseball, Wallace Selma, Coastal North baseball. And there you have the next 7 days here. A little bit outside with a pitch today. One out with one on. Day the first out in the second inning when he struck out. Chop towards short. Rarden's only playing first. Mitchell will go to third, but there's two gone.
The second baseman, number 14, Xander Pettis.
Two outs for Xander Pettis. Ryan Ogburn to the on-deck circle, inside with a pitch to Pettis. Count goes to 1-0. I guess this in Florida is about the midpoint of the regular season. So I know South Walton would love to have you come out and watch some home games. I think they got a full slate of games coming up at this gorgeous venue. And when you come out to watch, you're watching some fellas that are going to be playing at the next level collegiately. And who knows? Always a possibility you see a future pro. Count even at 2 on Pettis. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 high with the pitch. And the count runs full on Pettis. Mitchell, the base runner at third, 90 feet away from getting the Mustangs on the board. Payoff pitch. Slap towards center field. And there for the catch is Grayson Carpenter. So Mitchell gets a hit, but he's left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th with Bishop Verot sending 6, 7, and 8 to the plate.
Leading on the bottom of the 4th inning for the Vikings, the catcher, number 10, Carter Chandler. Direction, Carter Schalder.
Just a spectacular catch made in right field. You had Sally charging in. You had Pettis from second going out. And somehow, despite knowing there was incoming traffic, Sally able to make the catch and hold on. And there's a pitch and an out in the 4th. Nico Ayers next. Taking a pitch a little bit inside. Jake Sedmak to the on-deck circle. Nico Ayers with a 6-3 putout that produced an RBI. He drove in Baxman when he ground out to short in the bottom of the 2nd. 5th inning for Houston has Ogburn, Wagner, and McCarter all coming to the plate. 2-1 pitch to Ayers. Houston with an opportunity to get on the board in the fourth. Got the leadoff base hit from Mitchell. Eventually wound up at third, but left there. Strike delivered to Ayers. Three balls, couple of strikes. The payoff, fouled off. And Nico Ayers will get another offering from Isaiah Ludlow. Fifth inning for Houston has got Ogburn, Wagner, and McCarter all due up. A second payoff pitch to Ayers. Jake Sedmack moving to the on-deck circle. That is popped up and will get out of play. Over near the bullpen area for the Houston squad. Well, baseball consumes our better part of the year. It starts now in January, and I think last year the only month we didn't have at least a baseball game was December. Ludlow letting that wind kind of die down a little bit. Nearly knocked him off the mound. Here's another payoff pitch. Got the outside part of the plate.
Designated hitter number 20, Jake Sedmack.
Two gone for Jake Sedmack. And of course in the summer when all the schools have wrapped up play. Got the Showcase Series. Got Babe Ruth, got Cal Ripken. And more. Headed back to Jamestown, New York this year. The Babe Ruth World Series there. Played at the home of the Tarp Skunks in Jamestown. Which, by the way, is the birthplace for Lucille Ball, for Roger Goodell, the coach for the Eagles, is a Jamestown, New York product, and then the rock band 10,000 Maniacs. Low inside pitch to Jake Sedmack. .30 offering. Got the outside part of the plate on Sedmack. Ogburn, Wagner, McCarter all coming to the plate in the top of the fifth. Bishop Verot trying to put something together with two gone in the bottom of the fourth. We are an hour 15 in. Then is ground to Mitchell at short. He'll go to first with the throw and hop it into the mitt of Ryan Ogburn for out number 3.
We've now played 4 complete.
4 done. We're going to the fifth. It's 3-zip Bishop Verot.
Of LBW Community College is a homecoming for me. It's where I began writing my future, and it's a blessing to come back and help students write theirs. LBW is home. I love how our campus has become a place for our community to come together. Families enjoying walks on campus to faculty investing in our students. There's a place for everyone at LBW. We try to ensure that every student has an opportunity to attend LBW and succeed no matter what career pathway they desire.
Hitting on the top of the fifth inning, the first baseman, number 12, Ryan Ogburn.
Leadoff hitter is on, third consecutive inning. Houston has put leadoff aboard. As Ogburn will get on. Owen Wagner coming to the plate.
The center fielder, number 9, Owen Wegener.
So a base runner aboard here in the top of the fifth. Ogburn followed by a fellow who walked to begin the third, Owen Wagner. Maddox McCarter moving to the on-deck circle. Bottom of the order in the bottom of the fifth for Bishop Verot. One ball, one strike. Here's something that has been impressive too. Typically by the time you get to the last day of a tournament, you're going to see high-scoring games, long high-scoring games because of the lack of pitching. But that certainly has not been true today. Three very good games as out will go Wagner, a strikeout victim.
Designated hitter, number 16, Maddox McCarter.
Maddox McCarter, the DH next. He's another one of the Reader strikeouts, one of the 4 in the game. He was fanned in the third. Grayson Yeomans on deck, bunt and foul by McCarter. I checked in on the GCAA Men's Basketball Championship. They got about 17 minutes to play in East Georgia. Leads that one. Well, that'd be a huge upset. South Georgia State came in as a 1 seed. I think East Georgia was about a 6. Of course, still a long way to go. And only a few points separate, so things obviously could change. Low and away with a pitch. Staying put at first is Ogburn. One ball, couple of strikes. Throw to first and safely back goes Ogburn. Houston picking up their second hit of the game from the guy now at first, Ogburn. One ball, 2 strike offering McCarter. Ogburn still at first, throw over, and he'll get back. A reminder, too, if you would like coverage of an event, contact us. Got small, got big crews. From one man to, I don't know, I guess the biggest is about 12 or 15. Two offering. That is a drop ball and base hit. Wow. Almost for Grayson Carpenter. And now he's going to have to track down his cap. It's taken off on him. So you make a long run to try to get to the baseball, and then you got to make a longer one to try to get to your cap.
The catcher, number 5, Grayson Yeomans.
Couple of base hits, couple of runners on. Grayson Yeomans coming to the plate. Top of the order awaits on deck. Tying run at the plate. And wind shifting directions a little bit, more so into the face of the hitter now. Out in front of the plate, throw to third. Got the force out there. There was just no hesitation on the part of Chalden. Knew where he wanted to go with the throw. And he will get the lead runner, Ogburn.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs. Now to bat, the right fielder, number 24, Jacob Sally.
Jacob Sally steps in. Made that spectacular catch in right field. That came to begin the fourth. Now batting in the top of the fifth. Drives this one towards second. Rittner's got it, underhands to first. Two more stranded. That is 4 left on by Houston as we head to the bottom of the fifth.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth inning for the Vikings, the second baseman, number 1, Anthony Riegler.
Bottom of fifth, bottom of the order. Anthony Riddler starts in. Grayson Carpenter and Braylon Sheffield. 2 up in the inning, 2. Riddler popped out to first. He was the last out in the second inning. Back to the plate to begin the fifth for Bishop Verot. Houston threatens again, but again leaves runners stranded. And the pivotal moment in the top of the fifth was Yeomans trying to lay down the sacrifice, and it turned into the 2-5 putout. Riddler 0 for 1. Bottom of the fifth, just about 90 minutes into the game. .30 offering. Outside of the strike zone, and there is your first leadoff hitter aboard for Bishop Verot.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Vikings. Now to bat the center fielder, number 2, Grayson Carpenter.
Top of the order, Grayson Carpenter to the plate. Leadoff had gone down in innings 1 through 4, but in the fifth, Riddler's on. And got his lead at first, Carpenter, who is 0 for 2 at the plate. Ludlow to first, and back safely goes Riddler. Coming in low. Yeoman's giving a look to first. Riddler getting back. That is lifted in the direction of right, and it will be affected by the wind. Throw cut off by Mitchell. That was definitely a wind-impacted floater towards right field. And it kept drifting away from second baseman Xander Pettis.
Third baseman, number 15, Braylon Sheffield.
Riddler winds up at third, Carpenter at first. Braylon Sheffield has struck out and walked. Advanced on a couple of errors. It eventually comes in and scores the third run of the game. And that's got us to where we are at 3-zip Bishop Verot. Sheffield awaits. It is outside. Throw to first. Safely back will go Carpenter. Riddler giving a look in case something went awry at first and he could possibly come home. And now Ludlow paid a visit. And that's going to do it for Ludlow. He leaves and a new guy coming in. Couple of base runners on and nobody gone in the bottom of the fifth.
frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Speaking of hamburgers, it is last call at the concession stand. Hot dogs, hamburgers, drinks, and chips now available, but this is indeed the last call for the concession stand. If you'd like something to drink or something to snack on, head on down to the concession stand. And it's the last call from the last game here at the South Walton Showdown. Head on down to the concession stand. Hot dogs, hamburgers, wild supplies, last call. If you'd like to get something to drink before the game's over, head on down to the concession stand at this time. Once again, batter remains the same. Third baseman number 15, Braylon Sheffield. The new pitcher is number 55, Alan Hamburger.
Alan Hamburger on the hill. I mentioned in the prior game about the all names team, you know, the unofficial. You don't get a trophy, nothing special about it if you make it, but how can you not put Alan Hamburger on the all names team? I mean, there's so much you can do with Hamburger. Using sports analogies. Braylon Sheffield facing Hamburger. Got a couple of base runners on the corners. Joey Lawson to the on-deck circle. 2-2 offering to Sheffield. Round foul. I'll tell you the first thing I thought of, though, when I saw Hamburger wearing number 55, there was a guy. Now, keep in mind, I go way back. There was a Washington Redskin, Chris Hamburger, who wore 55. I doubt there's any correlation between the two. Just interesting that Hamburger and Hamburger wear the same number. But as young as these guys are, I guess it would have to be his grandfather that might have been a Chris Hamburger fan, if there is a tie. Count even at 2. Sheffield with a walk and a strikeout, and Sally coming in making the catch. Throw coming to the screen. Is anybody covering? No, that's an easy run for Verot. So it turns into a Sheffield sacrifice, bringing in Rittler.
First baseman number 12, Joey Lawson.
Carpenter goes to second. Joey Lawson to the plate. Speaking of, if it is Hamburger's influence on his numbers, it had to be a grandfather who was doing tournament. I think it was last year. 12-year-old comes up, starts talking. I was impressed. He was very personable. Just introduced himself. Thought, what a great guy, man. Then he said, "Are you here to see your grandson play?" And automatically it tainted the moment. Grandson, am I that old? But I guess so. Two-0 pitch, popped up, back onto the grass, and then eventually to the infield to make the catch is Xander Pettis. And Lawson will fly out.
The shortstop, number 3, Owen Harden.
Owen Rarden next. Rarden with a triple and a strikeout. 1 for 2 in the game. Top of the 6th, Ryan Mitchell, Colin Bland, Cannon Day. All coming to the plate. Outside with the offering to Rarden. He was the first out of the second inning, had a 2-out triple in the third, but was left at third. Carpenter getting back safely at second. The throw from Hamburger. Two gone, 1 in. Into the dirt with the pitch. Retrieved nicely by Yeomans. Brody Baxman moving to the on-deck circle. Here's the 2-0. Popped up. And let's see if Ogburn can get to it. He can. One runner stranded, one runner in. Vikings add 1 to the total, lead it by 4.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
the shortstop, number 1, Ryan Mitchell.
Top of the 6th gets underway. Ryan Mitchell starts in. A new pitcher on the hill, Ryan Feast. We saw Feast, as a matter of fact, in the first game against Providence. And he will enter this game in the 6th. So, yes, we talked about it in between innings. You've got Feast on the mound for one and Hamburger on the mound for the other. And I have not had anything since about 7 o'clock this morning. So Feast and Hamburgers, this makes me hungry. Let's see, what did Feast do when he came into the game for Bishop Verot? He will work an inning in the game against Providence. Faced 5, no strikeouts, no walks, no hits, and hit 2. So that was a couple of days ago for Feast. Here he'll put Mitchell on and face Colin Bland. Tyler Reeder, 5 innings of work, 19 faced, 4 strikeouts. He had 2 walks, 3 hits, did not allow a run. That is fouled off of Colin Bland. And he's got protective gear on, but that hit something that wasn't protected. And in pain, but up and apparently okay. If I was forced to say, I would think Colin Bland also plays a little football for Houston High School. He is a big fella. Bland is ground into a 4-3 and popped out to short. I got somebody's headgear. And based on where the umpire's headgear is sitting, I'm thinking it was he. Sitting on the side of the face. Nothing in 2 on Bland. Cannon Day is on deck. Well, they're with the cap of Jesse Feast, and he's like, let it be. And actually, that may have been a smart move. He might have picked up a ball coming in. I don't know what point of his delivery he had gone. But instead of retrieving, just let it go instead of picking up the ball, possibly, and allowing Mitchell to advance. Fouled off by Bland. Cannon Day on deck. Here is the 0-2 pitch to Bland. Instead to throw to first, and Mitchell back safely. Oh, 0-2 pitch. It is low for ball 1. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Bland, the last out of the first out of the fourth. And that will be fouled over this direction, out of play. Brody Baxman, Carter Schallner, and Nico Ayers. When you get to the bottom of the 6th for Bishop Verot. 1-2 pitch. That is sent a long way in the wind, but foul. Well, I didn't think anybody could get it out of the park that direction with this kind of wind, but Bland came very close. It is about 318 to the fence, and that was around 316. Another 1-2 pitch from Feast. Outside, 2-2. Mitchell getting his lead at first. Bland trying to move him along. Here's the offering into the dirt. And the count runs to 3-2. Our longest game since Thursday here at South Walton was about a 3-hour contest. 3-2 pitch. Striking Bland out is Feast. And there's one out for Cannon Day. And apparently that's what Feast was in to do. He has done what he was supposed to. And we've got a new pitcher coming in. Cannon Day coming to the plate.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Now to bat, third baseman number 8, Cannon Day. Once again, the new pitcher on the mound for the Vikings, number 14, Tegan Turner. And on first, 1 out.
Tegan Turner is the new pitcher for Bishop Verot. Like Feast, he came into the Providence game and had a successful stint on the bump for Bishop Verot against Providence. working the last 2 innings and facing a total of 7. And the only one that got on got hit by a Tegan Turner pitch. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate. On that particular day, by the way, it was Boston Seelig that got the start. Feast came in and then Turner. Today it is Reeder getting the start, then Feast, now Turner. 1-2 pitch to Cannon Day, who is 0 for 2. Feast will work a third of an inning. Phase 2, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, no hits. He is responsible for the fellow you see there standing on second. Xander Pettis on deck. A little bit inside with the offering from Turner. Count even at 2 on Day. Struck out in the second, ground out in the fourth. Batting here in the top of the 6th. And Houston running out of their complement of outs. Started with a possibility of 21. They are down now to 5. 3-2 count on Day. That is popped up left side, foul territory, and out of play. Long chase given by Nico Ayers. And now you got Chalner asking Rarden, the shortstop, to join him and Turner. Well, I see the ball in the mitt and hand of Turner, so no hidden ball trick. Payoff pitch, popped up, left side, and that'll be your third baseman, Sheffield, backing up to make the catch at the Cannon Day popper.
Second baseman, number 14, Xander Pettis.
Xander Pettis to the plate. He has walked and popped out. 2 gone, a base runner at second, Mitchell. Five, 6, and 7 in the order for Bishop Verot in the 6th. And apparently the 6th is coming. 2 hopper field at first by Lawson. Pettis grounds out. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. With backsman Chalner and Ayers due up. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Bishop Verot trying to expand the lead a bit before going to the seventh. Brody Baxman, Carter Chalner, and Nico Ayers due up in the inning. CCAA Men's Basketball Championship game over in Georgia. And South Georgia State has won it by a final score of 70-67. Popped up, it'll get out of play. Giving it a look is Day. Runs out of room to track it down. Baxman will stay at the plate with a 1-2 count from Hamburger. Back to the screen by Baxman. Reached on an error in the second and scored a run, ground into a 4-3 in the third. Another one that gets out of play. One ball, couple of strikes, leadoff hitter in the sixth. Back to, no, check that. One inning in which Bishop Verot has had a leadoff hitter get a point. I was thinking there was two, but there was not. Last inning, the first inning, the Vikings had put leadoff aboard. Came compliments of the Anthony Rittler walk. Nice stop at second, throw over to first. Pennis making the play to get Baxman. One out for Carter Chalner. Chandler reached on an error. He popped out to right. 0 for 2 in the game with a run scored. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Hamburger. That is popped up. That could be reachable by Ogburn. And it is. Comes over from first.
Left fielder number 7, Nico Ayers.
2 gone for Nico Ayers. Ayers 0 for 2. His ground out drove in a run, and he struck out as well. Jake said Mack would be next. Hamburger trying to end it here and send it to the 7th. That is out of play. Ogburn gives it a look, but that is quite a bit further away than the popper by Chalner. Here is the 0-1 pitch. It will miss to Ayers. It was his 6-3 ground out that put the first run on the board, Baxman. Baxman had reached on an error in the second. And eventually came in on the air 6-3. To the screen, 2-1. Hamburger in for Ludlow. Ludlow officially worked 4 innings. Faced a total of 19. Interesting that both starting pitchers faced 19. Ludlow had 3 strikeouts, handed out a single walk. I checked that, 2 walks. As that one is popped up on the infield, Ogburn says, guys, back away, I'll make the catch, and he didn't. I think he got a little distracted by the incoming Nico Ayers.
Designated hitter number 20, Jake Sedman.
Sore runner is aboard, and the bottom of the 6th continues. Jake Sedmack coming to the plate. Sedmack 1 for 2, RBI single and a ground out to short. And I'm assuming we are calling that an error over at first. So that will be, I believe, the 5th of the game for Houston. They have struggled a little bit defensively. Ground to third, backhanded there by Day, goes to first, and no damage done by the error.
We've now played 6 complete innings of baseball.
6 done, we're going to the 7th. Houston knows the task. They need at least 4.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
for the Mustangs. First baseman number 12, Ryan Ogburn.
Top of the 7th, Houston down by 4. As Ryan Ogburn comes to the plate, he is 1 for 2 in the game. But don't go anywhere yet. We have seen some 7th inning rallies. As a matter of fact, we saw one today. Grand slam in the game that preceded between Magnolia Heights and IMG, a walk-off with one away in the bottom of the 7th, turned into an IMG 5-3 win. They were down 3-1 going into the 7th inning. Seahawk fans would prefer to forget, but there was a 3-zip lead for the Seahawks last night that was overcome by Magnolia Heights in the top of the 7th. Ryan Ogburn given a walk. So Houston trying to pull off another one of those come from behind things. Going Wagoner. 0 for 1. There is another base hit. Then now you got 2 on. So did I mention? Don't go anywhere. Maddox McCarter next. McCarter with a strikeout and a single, 1 for 2 in the game. Grayson Yeomans to the on-deck circle. A little bit outside with a pitch to McCarter. One ball, no strikes. McCarter, who struck out in the 3rd, singled in the 5th. Got the out at 2nd and 1st. I thought with that slight hesitation coming out of the mid of Rittler at 2nd that they might only get 1 out of it. But still wound up getting the 4, 6, and 3.
The catcher, number 5, Grayson Yeomans.
So 2 gone for Grayson Yeomans. And if Houston is going to pull off the miraculous, it's going to have to come with 2 gone. Yeomans 0 for 2 in the game. He has popped out to left, ground into a 2-5. Chops this one towards 3rd, fielded by Sheffield, goes to 1st, and that's your ball game. And your South Walton Showdown.
Bishop Verot Vikings 4.
As this one is final, let's take a look at those last numbers before closing this one out, wrapping up coverage, and get ready for 2026. For the Mustangs, more hits, 4, but more errors, 5. They will leave 6 on and go scoreless. For Bishop Verot, 3 hits, no errors, 4 runs. Got 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, added a run in the 5th, and leave 4 on. And that is your South Walton Showdown. Thanks so much for watching coverage. Thanks to the folks here at South Walton for the opportunity. Thank you for checking out JockJive and the Showdown. We will see you in 2026 here, we hope. And got baseball and softball Monday. If you want to check that out, don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. For all of us at JJ, Robert Williamson saying, so long, everybody.